What's going on, everybody? Jeff Mediso back. Today we're gonna be swapping out this stock intercooler for the Mishimoto intercooler right here. We got a couple things to do before we go ahead and install. Remove this support beam. We're gonna remove all the brackets from the AC condenser and the transmission cooler. Then we're gonna remove some intercooler boots on both sides, the hot and cold side. I'm gonna go ahead and modify the subframe to fit the new intercooler. Cut out the stock intercooler, slide in the new Mishimoto intercooler, and put everything back together. Hey guys, so we already have the support beam taken off. Easy, 7 bolts. You got 1, 2, 3, one in the middle, 13 mil in the middle, 13 mil on the side. So you got 1, 2, 3, one in the middle, 1, 2, 3 on this side. And then you do have the 2 radiator bolts as well. The radiator's not gonna go anywhere, it's still there. So right now what I'm doing, taking out these 10 mil bolts right here that hold the AC condenser. 10 mil, 10 mil, 10 mil. Take the AC condenser, let it hang. Transmission cooler, let it hang. And I'm gonna go ahead and take out the hot and cool intercooler boots and the pipes. After I recorded that other video of me unboxing this Mishimoto intercooler, I was talking about these gloves right here that they sent me. And Mishimoto, they contacted me, they emailed me back, and they're like, hey, those gloves have magnets on the back to hold bolts and stuff as you're taking them off, so you don't have to hold them in your hand. And I actually have one on my hand right now. I actually did a Snapchat last week where I was flipping a dip can. I was catching it on the magnet. So it pretty strong ass magnet. It holds a dip can. I can hold the dip can up like this and it still stays on. So you can hold pretty heavy bolts on there, which I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I already took the bumper off. Easy. I'm gonna go ahead and paint these brackets because, you know, they're getting surface rust. I never painted those were raw metal. So I'm gonna paint all those. Light bar still on there. And what I'm talking about the subframe is this part right here. We're gonna bend this part up to accommodate the new intercooler. On the new intercooler, it's a little different, so that's why you gotta bend that up so it doesn't scratch on the side right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and we'll see you back soon. All right guys, we got the intercooler tubes out and boots. Got the bolts holding the intercooler off both sides. We got the bolts holding the AC connect and the transmission cooler. We're just about ready to take the intercooler out. It's gonna be a little tough with one person, but I think I can do it. I really need to get a new AC condenser. Look at that, it looks like somebody punched it. But anyway, as you can see, that thing is really dirty right there. All right, I've never taken an intercooler out before, so this is gonna be an experience. So these are hanging. I do not want to bend these because they do have metal tubes on them. So what I'm thinking is gonna be the best thing. Wait a minute. Does it have 2 more? Nah, it's okay. Looked like it had another bolt holding the intercooler to the frame, but it's just the bracket for it. So hopefully we can just go ahead and lift this thing out. It is attached to the bottom with these little grommet things, so you guys gotta pull up a little bit to get that intercooler out of the hole. Now, this is gonna be the challenging part because without someone holding these, it's gonna be really tough to sneak this out of there. Well, the radiator is out. I did not want to take that out, but as you can see from this really needed to be clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and pressure wash this out. There's freaking gunk and dirt all over this shroud. There's a stock intercooler. You got dirt and gunk all on that too. So yeah, we got the whole radiator and intercooler system out. Kind of leaked everywhere, but I'll clean that up when I get done. Yeah, whole thing is out. New intercooler about to go in. Throw the radiator back on, put some new coolant in there, and we should be all good to go. There's no way that you can get that intercooler out without either lifting up the radiator like 6 inches, because as you can see right here, there's a little cutout, and that's where the radiator goes. So you either have to lift this up all the way to here to get it out, or take the whole system out like I did. As you can see, that's where the fan was. I need to get a new radiator. I might end up having to take all this stuff out again with that new radiator, but everything was pretty straightforward. Nothing really too hard to do. I'll show you guys the modification you need to use if I can find my so I just have a pair of pliers, and you're gonna see this subframe right here. I already did it on the other side because I thought I would be able to do that and still remove the cooler without removing the radiator. But all you're gonna do is get a pair of pliers and bend this up to accommodate the bigger intercooler tube. Yeah, let's bend that up a little bit. And I already did it to this side. I don't know if you can see, that's kind of dark. But I bent that side up. We're all ready to throw this intercooler back in. So I'm getting all the grommets off the old intercooler. Got the 2 bottom pieces and then the 2 side pieces. Go ahead and put these on the new Mishimoto. The only thing that was wrong with this intercooler is if you look down here, I don't know if it happened in shipping or I don't know if it happened at the warehouse, but it did get bent a little bit. I'm gonna take a pair of pliers and bend that back right now, because it did get bent and it needs to be straight just like the other one. So hopefully I can bend this thing back and not mess up the paint. I don't know if I'm strong enough. Oh, I thought that was easy. Oh, just messed up the paint. Alright, we got it bent back. So we're gonna go ahead and throw the bottom grommets on, side grommets on. I did wash those, that shroud and the reservoir tanks, and they look a lot better than they did before. They're pretty gross. So, where'd that other grommet go? I literally just have the grommet, right? Oh, there it is. So after we put this intercooler back in, just go ahead and reverse your steps. Put the radiator back on, or put the shroud on first, then put the radiator on, and then should be all good to go. We put these brackets on for the AC condenser and the transmission cooler. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more bolts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, exactly the right amount. Well guys, we got the intercooler on, we got everything put back together, we got the radiator on there, we got the radiator shroud, the fan shroud and all that stuff. Got some coolant in here, got the hoses all put back together. The only thing we're not putting them back on is the bumper, because I am going to paint those bumper brackets since they do have a little bit of surface rust on them. But that's pretty much it. Gotta tuck this back up in here. We'll plug in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Got everything done. This is for the light bar. I'm gonna shove that back down in here. I did have to get 2 new batteries because the old batteries were like 5 years old and they were completely dead. Wouldn't even start my truck. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and get a start up. It's gonna look like this for a little bit, just because I'm not putting that bumper back on yet. How is it? With like waiting an hour, we were playing PUBG on mobile, and then just pressure washing a bunch of stuff. That probably took 3 hours. I think the install time on the website said 4, so you know you're looking 3 to 4 hours for an install, and that's with like goofing around. So did it pretty fast. off to update you guys on the performance of the intercooler. In a previous video, you guys know that I did my EGTs with the stock intercooler, so we'll compare those two numbers and make a whole video out of it. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to go check out Mishimoto. Link will be in the description below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.